Hello, friends. Today's daily devotional is 6 guidelines to empowered living. So, yesterday I did a post about being at my favorite restaurant in Boulder, which is called Julia's Kitchen. This is an amazing vegan restaurant. And when you walk in the door in the front, they have a beautiful painting that signifies their guiding principles. And there are 4 of them. And their guiding principles are so in alignment with my own with the addition of 2 more, that I felt really inspired to share them again. And these guiding principles are those that I also share at the end of Life Lift in my program when we are beginning to build a new life and what that looks like and how to exactly cultivate and use our connection to freedom and our connection to love and our connection to healing to transform every single aspect of our life. So I'm really excited about sharing these 6 guidelines, and if you are willing to experiment with them, to sit and reflect on them each day and to reflect on how it is that you're expressing them throughout your life, you will see a massive change. So the first guideline is practicing presence. Every single day I sit and I allow myself to be present with what it is that I feel. I take inventory of my thoughts, my feelings, the way I feel in my body, anything that's coming up in my awareness at all. And I let that be welcome. I let myself feel it fully, and I sit in it and I drop down, feeling everything fully until it is that I reach full presence, right? Or that I allow full presence to be there. And in that presence, in that emptiness that becomes fullness, I am inspired. I'm inspired to move. I am in the revelation of my truth. Right? My truth has been revealed to me. So I like to begin every single day as that, but it's also practicing presence all day long, right? How present are you? How engaged are you? How connected are you to your truth? How connected are you to the truth of others? How is it that you are being that present? Oftentimes we aren't present in our lives. There's so many things that we do that's distracted, or we're not listening, or we're not paying attention, or we're losing things constantly, right? So how can you practice presence? Start with a sitting meditation at the beginning of the day, and that'll put you on the right track for the rest of the day. The guideline number 2 is sacred service. So when we're practicing presence, we fill up our own cup, so to speak. We're overflowing, right? And if you're not overflowing, go back to practicing presence some more, being really, really present with what's going on. Once you're full, once you're fully resourced in your energy, then you move into sacred service, right? Then your actions and your behaviors not only serve your own nourishment and well-being, but they also serve the nourishment and well-being of others, of the larger community, and the world as a whole. So what is your sacred service? How are you giving? How are you giving and sharing today and every day? And how can you realize that giving is receiving? Receiving is giving. There's that closed loop between them. That's what sacred service is all about. And it feels so good to give purely from your resourced being to another and to the world. The third guideline is transparent communication, right? So when we're fully present and connected and in a space of serving, we can communicate and speak our truth with clarity. And we can realize that people are going to receive that truth in accordance to their own perceptions, right? And that we don't have any control over that, but we can consider the impact of what our truth may have or is having on another, and that we can speak and communicate transparently that understanding of the impact. Right? And so therefore you're honoring and speaking your truth, but you're also honoring another and listening to them and being willing to hear the impact. So this is a really powerful way to experience freedom in relationship. The next guideline is empowered allowing. So empowered allowing says that we are accepting what is, no matter what. We're accepting what is, and that we are finding flow within it. We are accepting that everything is perfect, everything is happening for a reason, and that through that empowered allowing, I can find freedom in putting my energy towards creative solutions, right? So instead of complaining or gossiping about what's wrong or what's not working, I use that as an opportunity to discover the flow, to discover flexibility, and harness my energy, any energy that would have been struggling or fighting. That energy is harnessed into creative solutions that you then can express. The fifth guideline is sexual reflection. This is really a big one. And what that says is that my sexual energy belongs only to me. I am whole and complete inside myself, and I honor all sexual desires that I have with that reflection of focusing on inner union first and then being patient for the outer reflection of that union to show up in another person, that when it does, I can communicate it clearly and from wholeness, from a place of wholeness. Not that I'm putting my sexual energy on another person and pulling on them or needing them, or even taking on other people's sexual energy and holding it as myself. And this is really important in a relationship as well, and that when you are a whole being, completely responsible and holding your sexual energy in a powerful way, you can engage and share and celebrate with another without any of these kind of darker cords or darker entanglements happening. And the sixth and final guideline is intentional consumption. This is just about being really aware of how you spend your resources. What kind of products and food are you supporting? What kind of substances are you putting into your body, whether it be drugs or alcohol or medications or whatever it is, and that you really just reflect on, is this substance in alignment with my radiant health and well-being? How is it really affecting my life force? What's the cost? And is it worth it to me? And bringing some intention and some clarity and some purpose to your substance use, if that's something that you choose to do. And you may find that the answers to those questions I just asked will lead you to realizing that you want to refrain from many and a lot of substances that perhaps you're engaging in now, and that there's nothing wrong with choosing that if it's really in your highest light to choose. So see how these guidelines affect you today. Know that I'm going to be living by them, and so much love.